Welcome back. Today,
Hello, finally we are back. Boy, it has been a week since the last video. But anyways, you all must know that today is a big match showcasing a rivalry that has been running for almost a century. And today we brought this special video as an analysis on what could be the outcome of this match. So let's dive in, or should I say bowl in. Okay, Bumrah is going for a ball in.
Okay, Bumrah is going for a ball in.
Wait, what? Oh man. Anyways, on with our reporter. And I have got to get this camera repaired.
Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are diving deep into what might just be the greatest rivalry in all of sports, the massive T20 World Cup showdown between India and Pakistan.
So let's just jump right in with this quote from former Pakistan captain Mohammad Hafiz. He says, "No one is talking about Babar, but about Usman Tariq." Now, think about that for a second. In a game filled with megastars like Babar Azam, one of the best batters in the world, the real buzz is about a new spinner with a kind of weird, unorthodox style. It's a huge clue that this game might not be decided by the usual heroes, but by a total wild card.
Because, let's be honest, this is so much more than just a cricket match. It's a global event. You've got hundreds of millions of people watching, you've got history, form, and just this unbelievable pressure all crashing together on that one little strip of grass. The weight on these players' shoulders, it's like nothing else in sports. Now, if you're just a numbers person, you might look at this and think it's a bit of a mismatch. India's got a pretty commanding 12-3 lead in their T20 matchups. But, and this is a big but, anybody who's ever watched these two teams play knows that the history books, the stats, they kind of go right out the window. It all comes down to pure passion and who shows up on the day. All right, so let's get into the teams, and we have to start with India's biggest weapon. They're coming into this game with what is, you could argue, the most explosive and just deepest batting lineup in this whole tournament. And who's leading that charge? None other than the captain, Surya Kumar Yadav, or as everyone calls him, SKY. Now, he had a bit of a quiet 2025, at least for him, but the master of the 360-degree shot, and I mean, he can literally hit the ball anywhere on the ground, is back to his absolute best. And I mean, just look at these numbers if you need proof. This is from the recent New Zealand series. Not only was he the top run scorer with 242, but that strike rate, 196.74. That is just absolutely insane. These aren't just good scores. These are game-changing, dominant knocks. Okay, so then at the very top of the order, you've got this force of nature in Abhishek Sharma. His whole game plan is pretty simple, and it's terrifying for the other team. He just goes on an all-out blitz in the power play, those first 6 overs, and basically tries to win the match before it's even really started. So what's his primary weapon? Well, it's a career strike rate of almost 200. Let that sink in. He averages nearly 2 runs for every single ball he faces. This guy isn't just fast, he's consistently explosive. And trust me, Pakistan knows all about it. He completely took their bowlers apart in the 2025 Asia Cup. And, to balance out all that pure firepower, India has Tilak Varma chilling in the middle order. He is the calm in the middle of the storm, the guy you want in a super high-pressure run chase. And the great news for India is he's fully recovered from that abdominal surgery, so he's ready to bring that stability they need. Okay, so that's India's batting. The really fascinating question is, how is Pakistan going to counter that? Well, their answer is their classic traditional strength, a scary, fast, and really varied bowling attack. They're going to need it to be on fire, too, to help out a batting lineup that really depends on its top guys. And leading that attack, you've got 2 of the absolute best in the business. First, there's Shaheen Afridi. His left arm swing is just deadly with the new ball. And then you've got the raw, blistering pace of Naseem Shah, who is just casually bowling over 150 kilometers per hour. No big deal. But here's where it gets really interesting. The real X factor might actually be their spinners. They've got the highly ranked mystery spinner Abrar Ahmed, who has tied some of the best batters in the world into knots. And then there's the wild card we talked about, Usman Tariq. That weird action of his could be the surprise weapon that nobody sees coming. So all of this sets up the key battles, right? The big matchups that are probably going to decide who walks away with the win. And here it is, the classic story of this rivalry. You've got India's ridiculously deep batting lineup. I mean, they have guys who can hit all the way down to number 8. And the question is, can they handle the intense pressure from Pakistan's world-class bowlers? That depth is everything, because it means India can absorb a few early hits and still come back fighting. So when you actually lay it all out, side by side, the picture gets pretty clear. On paper, yeah, India's got the edge with that batting depth and, frankly, better fielding. But look at that bowling matchup. Pakistan's attack is absolutely good enough to make all that disappear. It's a true clash of styles. The real question mark is, can Pakistan's top order score enough runs? But here's the thing. This match might not even be decided by the players. It could come down to factors that are totally out of their control, starting with the very unique conditions there in Colombo. First up, the coin toss. It is going to be absolutely massive. Why? Because heavy dew is expected at night. And when that happens, the ball basically becomes a wet bar of soap. It's a complete nightmare for bowlers trying to get any grip, which gives a huge advantage to the team batting second. So whoever wins that toss, yeah, they're bowling first, for sure.
And then you have the biggest wild card of them all, the weather. There is a staggering 94% chance of rain in the forecast. That could mean delays, shortened overs, or even worse.
And here's the real kicker. There's no reserve day for these group games. So if the match gets completely washed out, that's it. It's not replayed. The teams just split the points. And can you imagine a more anticlimactic end to this showdown? Nobody wants that.
Okay, so let's put it all together. You got the teams, the key matchups, the crazy Colombo conditions, the weather. After all that, what does the data actually say is going to happen? Well, based on current form, the balance of the teams, and all that historical data, the analysts are giving India a pretty clear edge. The prediction models say they have about a 2 in 3 chance of winning this thing.
But that really brings us to the final and maybe most important question. In a rivalry like this one that's just fueled by so much passion, so much history, where one unbelievable catch or one perfect Yorker can change everything, do predictions like this even matter? Really? At the end of the day, it's probably just going to come down to who wants it more.
A shout out to our Patreons. No one, and no one. I hope you enjoyed the video. And do hit the subscribe button.